February 11th, 2010. This is the mix into the second half. We're going to start off with NCAA, but not basketball. We're going to start off with NCAA football. Cam Newton went ahead and he made a practice run with the media yesterday. They're making a big deal out of it because he did a good job, threw great passes, but unfortunately there's no defense for him to throw over. And I don't see why the media or anybody would think this is a great practice or this makes him a great quarterback. So what? He did awesome at practice. Most players do. What Cam Newton needs to do is go ahead and run some scrimmages with other teams and see how he does then. It doesn't matter. With no defense there, did everybody see the BCS championship game? He did an alright job, but compared to usual, Cam Newton wasn't like Cam Newton in that game. So, with that, let's find out where he's going to go. Mel Kiper's NFL mock draft is coming up. He does have Kiper in the top 10, Cam Newton in the top 10, but Cam Newton could still go with number 10 with the Washington Redskins. He might fall to number 12 with the Minnesota Vikings. They might pick him up, but he could go sooner depending on if one of those earlier teams want to take him, especially if Arizona doesn't get somebody like Kevin Kolb. They might go ahead and go for Cam Newton earlier, but we'll see how that plays out. With that, talking about Redskins and the Vikings and the NFL in general, I found out more information about the NFL negotiations. They're obviously just not about the $1 billion revenue, like I thought it was going to be. It's also about the 18-game schedule, which we all know is out there, but I thought that was just pretty much going to be not reversed right now. I thought they weren't going to pay attention to that. They're going to pay more attention to the revenue and the split, but they're not going to. The 18-game schedule proposal is still out there. I think they should just deal with the $1 billion revenue and focus on the 16-game schedule for now and try for 18 games the following year. They're also talking about the salary structure for the players. They're trying to get that situated and restructured. They're trying to do a rookie salary cap, which I don't know if I'm in favor for, but then again, maybe because some of these rookies don't deserve all the money they get when they first get drafted. I think it's unfair. Sam Bradford, I think, got way too much money. It's just a start. Give these kids 2 to 3 years to break in, see how they do, and then go from there, and maybe they can get paid more money and they deserve it. With that, the last thing they were also trying to discuss is players' health benefits. I don't know the details about it. I'm going to try to get on top of it and figure it out. But if there's any problem with player health benefits, ridiculous. Players deserve all the health benefits they want. They're in danger for those 16 games. Even practices, guys get hurt. So the NFL, hopefully that's not going to be a problem at all, and that gets resolved. With that, we're going to go and talk about a streak. We're going to talk about 2 streaks. The Cavaliers' 26-game losing streak, that's in jeopardy tonight. If they beat the Clippers, which I don't think is going to happen, they're probably going to go to 27 and set the bar to the highest, most consecutive losing streaks in all 4 major sports. And then the streak with Ohio State, who's number 1 at 14, Wisconsin, on Saturday night. I believe that this streak is going to end. I believe Wisconsin is going to be Ohio State, and Ohio State should be 24-1 or 23-1 after that game. So the Cavaliers, they're probably going to go on to 27 consecutive losing game streaks, and from there, they do have Washington on Sunday, and hopefully the Cavaliers can end their losing streak there. With that, we're going to go on to Michael Jordan playing with his team, the Bobcats. He participated in a full scrimmage for them. Now, automatically, some people have already suggested that this means he might try to make a comeback. If he does try to make a comeback, he's 48 years old. He's kind of going on to 50. Maybe he's kind of afraid that his old age is catching up to him. Michael Jordan, you've already proved everything you've needed to the world. You don't need to prove anymore. Hopefully, you don't try out for the team or try and play with the team. I know it's yours, but let the younger players play for you. Let them try to take control of the team themselves and try and win games and get to the finals. If Michael Jordan plays, it could be an embarrassment. He's not as good as he used to be. It's always great to see Michael Jordan with the basketball, but personally, I think it's 2 things. I don't think he's trying to make a comeback. I think, number 1, he's either trying to inspire them and try to figure out what's wrong with the team and try to get them and show them a few tricks or show them some things him and the Bulls used to do. Or 2, he's playing with them to get a feel of how they are and how they play and who they are, and maybe he's going to try and coach them next year. I wouldn't be surprised if he's going to turn coach. He does know a lot about basketball, obviously, and maybe he would be a great coach. But that's my two theories, either inspiration or coaching. I don't think he's going to try to make a comeback. I think he's smarter than that. So with that, we're going to go to on somebody. Instead of a comeback, we're going to go to somebody who retired. Jerry Sloan for the Utah Jazz unfortunately retired yesterday. Great coach. Has 23 consecutive seasons with only one franchise without a title. He holds the highest record for that, 23 consecutive seasons without a major title. He's got 16 consecutive winning seasons with the Utah Jazz. That's amazing for him. The reason he never won a ring is because the two finals appearances he did make in 96 and 97 and then 97 and 98, he went against the Chicago Bulls, lost both back-to-back finals appearances. You can't blame him for that. It's the Chicago Bulls. Almost anybody who went against the Bulls in the mid to late 90s was probably going to lose in the finals. But Jerry Sloan is a great Utah Jazz coach. Hopefully all goes well for him in his retirement. Hopefully the Utah Jazz can find a new coach next year. Maybe their coach that took over temporarily for the rest of the season will be good enough, but hopefully the Utah Jazz gets lucky again and finds another great coach like Jerry Sloan. With greatness comes Ray Allen, who broke the three-point record yesterday in the first quarter in the Celtics game, as we all knew he was probably going to do. The first shot was great. Like I said, it was like winning a playoff game. My hands went up in the air. And then when he actually broke the record, my gosh, it was like the Celtics winning the championship back in 2008. It was awesome to see Ray Allen everyone went nuts. The whole building kept clapping for a couple of minutes even after he made the shot. He went over to Reggie Miller, shook hands, gave him a hug. His mom gave him a hug. He went over to his family, kissed his wife, his kids. It was awesome to see that. Now that Ray Allen has finally broke that three-point record and holds it in history, I don't think anybody's even going to come close. Jason Kidd's the closest who's still playing, and he's at like 1,174 three-point field goals made. So I don't think anybody's even going to come close to breaking Ray Allen's record anytime soon. But with greatness, where does he fit in the NBA history? I don't believe he's in the top 50 players, unfortunately. When we look at those players, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Larry Bird, Orlando Magic, all the great players, he's probably not in the top 50, but he should be in the top 100. If you're going to break a great record set by somebody as great as Reggie Miller, definitely be in the top 100. If he was in the top 50, it'd be like 50-49, but if he's in the top 100, he should at least be in the 50s or 60s, I would hope, with a great record like that. So, Ray Allen, great player, going to be in the Hall of Fame someday. Good for him, and we'll go on to the games for tonight. Not so much of an exciting game to watch tonight, but the Cavaliers against the LA Clippers. Let's see how they do. Blake Griffin's always exciting to watch, so that should be at least exciting enough to watch for you guys. See if if Cavaliers can make history like Ray Allen did, but unfortunately the Cavaliers aren't going to do it in such a positive way. They'd be in a negative way if they do lose again, 27 games consecutively. They set the record for most consecutive games lost in all four major sports. But the exciting game for tonight is the Lakers at the New York Knicks. See how the Knicks do. If they lose terribly, the Knicks are going to wake up and they're going to realize they're going to need Carmelo Anthony, which I'm hoping the Knicks go after and they get Carmelo Anthony with Amari. I think it'd be great for the sport. It'd be a great pair. Maybe they could get a third person next year or in a couple of years. So hopefully the Knicks lose. I'm not a big Lakers fan for them to win, but tonight I think I'll be pulling for the Lakers just so the Knicks lose and they realize that they need Carmelo Anthony to start winning games. So that's on ESPN at 8 p.m. You guys enjoy the game, and I will not be doing a segment tomorrow morning, but I will try and do a segment Saturday night or maybe even Sunday morning, and then we'll be back again Monday morning with the regular routine of what happened over the weekend. This is The Mix. Email me at themix100@yahoo.com. Any questions, comments, or reviews, and we'll see you guys either tomorrow night or Sunday morning.